Welcome back everyone for the next part of Limbus Company. In the last part, we were able to reach the Hill of Corpses, so the beginning of some kind of prayer rite. Had a little picture of Sinclair's past with Kromer during the first meeting and the mention of some kind of contract with P Corp. Well, Sinclair doesn't really want to show us his past. I mean, being forced to remember all of that stuff is just terrible. It's just terrible for all of them. Krieger's past was terrible. Rodion's past was terrible. She tried to hide her feelings, but the fact that she was shaken up near the end shows that it still bothered her quite a lot. And well, Sinclair has some serious trouble keeping his emotion under control, so this is going to hurt him even more. This is going to hurt him quite a lot. And it seems like this whole place is literally forcing out his memories, so please hold on, Sinclair, huh? It's gonna be fine, just keep holding on. We're going to beat our way through here as quickly as we can, hopefully with the least amount of memory pieces, huh? That sounds like a plan. Ritual Square. Hearing bells, they may be familiar to some and new to others. We peek into Sinclair's past. He sits in the middle of a lively classroom, full of shady students. Are those students back again? Are we going to jump straight into the next memory? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Oh no! Wait, it's not students. Family? Maybe? As a household rule, my family used to have breakfast at the same table every morning. It was a pleasant time when our whole family would share stories and encouraging words. I liked those mornings. That rule was ever so kind and gentle to my heart. A natural and unchanging world that belongs to me, my world. That world began to feel alien one day. You didn't have to change that much now, right? Even the hands? Did they get a full transplant? Seems like it. Isn't that a bit overboard though? Well, at least you don't need to waste on food anymore, huh? Ugh. The day when my sister sat at the table after her prosthetic transformation was complete. My world has begun to change, and my father's head was replaced with an unfamiliar contraption of steel, circles, and vials. Our family breakfast no longer provided warmth or connection. It became an occasion of detachment, where I talked less and less. I had started to feel an inherent abhorrence for prosthetics. That's filthy. My heart couldn't accept the idea of replacing one's flesh and bones with something else, let alone the need for it. Why do we use prosthetic bodies? I carefully asked for an explanation, and the reply was simple. The human body in its unmodified state is just too old-fashioned. It needed to be sustained with food, revitalized with sleep, lest it should fail from fatigue, and injuries take a long time to heal. All this makes the human body incredibly ineffective. He concluded that prostheses will grow more commonplace as time goes on, and automatically becomes a regular part of our daily lives. I thought to myself, why don't I just fall behind the timestamp, if that is what the mainstream will be? Though that wasn't an argument rooted in logic. Yo, Sinclair, you don't actually want to take the replacement procedures, now do you? I nodded without another word. But your parents sure wouldn't like it if you confessed that. Isn't it frustrating that there's nothing you can do about it? I nodded again. What if I helped you out? You could have lived a free life, with no worries about any of that junk. But how? That's... well, you will find it out next time. In exchange... in return for helping with your problem, you will need to help me deal with a grudge of my own, too. So... they made some kind of deal? Is that it? Is that how the whole thing started? That doesn't seem to be so good, Sinclair. Really? That sounds terrible, actually. But then again, now that I think about it, she didn't actually specify the exact conditions of her help. She didn't tell him how she was planning to help him. If he knew beforehand that she belongs to such a fanatic group, he would have probably not agreed to that, right? Ritual Square. Hearing bells is still the same. Okay, let's see another piece of that memory, please. Okay. One day, a new transfer student named Damien was placed in the class next to mine. He was surrounded by a crowd every time I saw him, but I got the sensation that he didn't feel attached to anyone around him. To me, he seemed as if he were almost floating in the air. He was aloft like that. Likewise, he didn't seem too interested in me either. That is how it was at first, at least. It happened during a morning engineering class. My eyes kept drifting away from the board, and before I knew it, they were looking out the windows instead. Where's Damien? This is about Damien now, right? Through that window, I saw him taking a walk. Like usual, he was surrounded by his fellow student, wearing a faint smile. Even his expression felt different from the kind someone his age should make. That smile carried a mature, yet solitary aura. Basking in the sunlight, he stroked his hair. Huh? What's that? Is that a scar? I thought I caught a glimpse of something, as some weird red thing on his forehead. Was I mistaken? Maybe it was the blinding sunlight reflecting off his skin. And then, I had a feeling I made eye contact with him. He smiled at you! He smiled! Some students were still chatting outside. As soon as I felt his gaze, I quickly averted my eyes and looked down at my desk. Oh, he's embarrassed. Ever since that strange incident, Damien started to talk to me in a friendly manner. Oddly enough, on the day when Damien approached me, Kromer didn't come to greet me. Nevertheless, whenever she had a chance to, she would come and make sure that I remember our promise. That she still doesn't specify, because it's very important that he doesn't know what he agreed to, right? Oh god. Okay, so that is Damien, mysterious transfer student. I often have this dream, Sinclair. In it, I climb an endless long ladder. Then everything down below comes into view. The nest, the back streets, the outskirts, all of it. And when I look beneath my feet, all the lights are out in the city, as if the end of all things had come. Fallen into the silent dead, empty of any motion. Indeed, it is the state of death itself. Damien? Have you been to the outskirts? I whispered to him, frightened. He was talking about a forbidden place where no one could or should go. Sinclair, the world as people want to define, it can be divided into places of where you should or shouldn't go, right? Do you think love and freedom can be found in the confinement of this nest? Compared to here, life is much richer in the outskirts, with freedom and monsters. There's something I've been pondering for a very long time, and I thought that maybe that is where I could find the answer. Whenever I spoke with Damien, I could feel my soul mature later. But I never mentioned my fear about the upcoming prosthetic procedure or my peculiar relationship with Kromer. Even though he wanted to know more about me, I was hesitant to share my secrets. I was too ashamed to bear my deeply hidden fear before him. And finally, when the promised day had come... Oh, there she is. Now, Sinclair! Can you show me your basement? The words struck me out of nowhere, yet they were as light as a feather. She asked me as though it was something as simple as picking up an eraser, and I almost caught myself agreeing to it. Why our basement exactly? If the rumors I just happened to hear is right, your house is connected to a scandalous place. There's something I've got to check. But my parents won't like it. Yeah, they wouldn't. I couldn't even bring myself to find this humiliating sentence. If you let me check it out, Sinclair, I swear I'll keep that promise with you. Cross my heart. Oh no. Just sneak me the basement key. I can navigate just fine. Unable to detect the faint, familiar feeling hidden in her words, I slowly nodded. Thus, the world of evil began there, right in the middle of our house. So she already knew about the basement from somewhere else. First the deal with P-Corp, now the basement. This is certainly not going to be good for us. Rather for them. Right? Okay, only 52? I remember that they had more HP. There we go, already defeated. But at the very least, the fights aren't taking that long. That allows us to get the story parts quicker. Right? Okay, so what did you say? The world of evil, right? The world of evil. That is still the same. Okay, so are we heading straight to the basement now, Sinclair, or before that? Do we have another interaction in the classroom? No, we are already stealing the key, okay. After stealing the key without my parents' notice, I took Kromer to the basement of my estate, as I had promised. From there, she led me to the dirty air vent. Crawling in the unlit vent for a while, a dark, grim odor and the sound of small critters scuttling about assaulted my senses. My clothes were stained with filth, my throat was parched, and I was overcome with the desire to go back. That is when I noticed the smell my nose picked up had just changed from the stench so far. Can you feel it? Kromer whispers to me. There's something up ahead! This might have been the last chance I had to turn back. It might have been best to dissuade her with all kinds of sweet placations to leave and come back later or something. Even if I knew that empty flattering wouldn't work on her. But before I could try, a vile curiosity came over me. I was entering a world where villains belonged for the first time. And for some reason, I gave up on turning back. All well knowing in my heart that I was squandering my last chance. Oh, the loathsome sight I had witnessed. It was something I couldn't think to behold twice. Could monstrosity be apt to describe for what I saw? It seems too sentient for that, yet it also seems decidedly wrong to say that it was remotely human. Ugh! Shuddering in fear, I started to regret stepping into this world. Sinclair, you idiot! Look at yourself! Hoping by some miracle that you get another chance right after you wasted it? Along with my regret, I had the feeling that I would never forget what I saw that day, until the moment I died. Kromer, I've got to go back. On the other hand, Kromer was enraptured. She was mesmerized by the scene, watching intensely as though she had made a discovery of a lifetime. Not even saying a word, huh? Leaving Kromer all enamored to herself, I crawled back for the exit. Why is my basement connected to such a horrid place? How did Kromer even know this? Why isn't she scared either? I could almost hear Kromer's spine-chilling whistling with the wind blowing from behind. The very next day, Kromer came into the school as if nothing had ever happened. Hey there, Sinclair! Thank you so much for showing me that precious thing. Take these as my thanks. Huh? She handed 2 mysterious coins to me. Always keep them on your side. Got it? All I could do was nod. Since then, the things I saw in that vent constantly haunted my mind, and I began to consciously avoid Kromer. I could picture myself involuntarily tremble in her terror just by looking at her. But there was something I needed to take back from her. The basement key. My parents could find out at any moment. 1 minute of sorting the key is all that it would take. For the first time, I betrayed my parents, living in a world of warmth. I was afraid that my deviation from their world would end up becoming an irreversible fact. Kromer, won't you give it back now? Huh? Give back what? The basement key? I mustered the courage to ask one day. Kromer burst into laughter, as though she didn't expect this from me. Intimidated, I slowly stepped back. Oh, and here I was wondering what you were struggling so hard to say. Fine, you can have it, Sinclair. We don't need that key anymore. And besides, your grudge will most certainly bear fruit, Sinclair. You didn't want it to get the procedure, right? You remember our promise. You fulfilled my grudge, so it's only fair that I pay you back. I was too absorbed in the relief of getting my key back to realize what Kromer was really talking about, and I cursed my ignorance for it. About what Kromer's "we" really meant. About why she said that it's not needed anymore, and how she was going to fulfill my grudge. I didn't think to question a single thing, and for that, I regretted my action. I cursed my foolishness. Oh, is she about to do it? Is she about to do it? Is she going to call it them as we? N-corp we? Ooh, the next clip is not gonna be pretty. The next clip is certainly going to be really bad. Really, really bad. There we go. Okay, already defeated. I got a bit unlucky with my classes, but I think we're still in the positive. I didn't lose anything, right? Okay, I lost 5 points. And another 5 over here. That's fine. It's fine, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Okay. Please don't tell me she's doing right away. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Damien! Oh, thank you! Thank you! That is going to stall Kromer a bit. Wait, what? So you ended up giving Kromer the key. You tell him that? How do you know that? You didn't tell him that! Okay? Damien had the ability to get a grip on things I have never mentioned to him. When I asked him about it, he just said it's something you learn by carefully observing others, and didn't elaborate further. Sinclair, a series of much more painful events may await you in the future, but you mustn't give up. That pain will foster your growth into a beautiful being. No matter how complicated and perplexed the statement seemed, Damien's mysterious charm made them all sound convincing. Listening to his speech gave me the hope that I could really grow. I was hoping that I could become a worthy being. Yeah, but I don't really get it though, Damien. It's up to you to find out. Make sure to tell me your answer when you do. His voice was soft, and his eyes imparted pleasantness, but I still felt compelled to do as he said. His eyes must have held some kind of power, disarming those who make eye contact with him, sapping them of their mental strength. But if that is the case, why didn't he warn me? It's something I still ask myself to this very day. Wait, so that means he knew about Kromer? Since he was able to tell that he gave her the key? Interesting. Very interesting, but at the same time I do have to ask. If you knew beforehand, you could have interacted in order to stop them, right? You could have done anything in order to stop them, and you didn't. So I'm a bit unsure about that, Damien. Just saying. I'm a bit unsure about that. Should I keep the fight? I mean, it is one of those Wolfie boys. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that fight in. It's always fun to fight against those guys. Especially since it gets stronger after every round. If we don't handle them quickly. Frenzy already. Okay. Strong move. Twice. Oh no, he's too fast. I can go for that in order to gain more strength. How about a little bit of healing in order to counteract this one, and you can just hit it for free, I would say. Yeah. But technically speaking, that could trigger the other one, but I do need a good answer in order to get rid of his frenzy buff. And I mean, it doesn't really hurt to have a little heal, right? A little heal is helpful. Go. Without any issues. The buff is already gone. This one is going to get a couple of boosts. Big power. Heathcliff, you're way too slow! I need you a bit faster than that. Can I just do it like this? I could do it like this, but I need the sanity. I need the sanity. Okay, that's going to lower the attack a bit. We should be able to get him into stagger range if we are lucky, but we will see. Okay, first and foremost, a little bit of sanity for everyone. Alright. There you go. Come on. She was able to win, that's good. I got the stagger. Okay, everyone else is safe. Everyone is safe, everything is fine. It's already dead. Even better. It's already dead. Good. Okay. This is going to be a tougher battle with double swords, but it should still be fine. Now! It's gonna happen, right? It's gonna happen. It's Christmas Eve! During Christmas Eve! Seriously? And the whole town was filled with jingle and joy! Oh! Under the blessing of the Holy Night, I was planning to confess my sins to my family. I wanted to tell them that I made the foolish mistake of stealing the basement key and that I would go back to being a good son, and that the short time that I spent away from the right path was agonizing, and that I learned how peaceful and fulfilling the world I've been living in truly was, and my family might have been surprised at first, but I was sure they would welcome me back into their paradise. Well, that is how it should have been. However... Huh? I was supposed to hear a robotic dog greet me when I stood at the gate. My home was covered in silence and darkness. When I walked inside, I was confronted with a fallen paradise. Sinclair! Run! Sinclair! Someone smashed my father's head. is a disturbing individual wearing rusty silver armor. How unsightly for these non-human to still admire humanity and display false emotion. Let those impure things be, Guido. It's their survival instinct kicking in. Or should I say, they're scared of shutting down. Pieces of flesh and metal and blood filled into the air before hitting the floor. Oh, Sinclair! You're here! Kromer approached, carrying a hammer stained with blood and flesh. Oh, this thing? Ever since I was little, I couldn't stand being involved with filthy affronts to humanity like these. Because I'm a humanitarian who loves all things human. Now imagine how it feels to face the son of a pack of those affronts to humanity. Just what should I do with you, Sinclair? My legs had long given up. My mouth couldn't move. It was as if my whole body refused to cooperate. I saw Kromers standing right before me. I couldn't even dare to look up. Terror kicked in with the realization that she was so close to me, and my eyes shut themselves tight. The thought that the same hammer that crushed my father, mother, and sister would now come to me was unbearable. But nothing happened. Confused, I carefully opened my eyes and lifted my head. Kromer was watching me, making a perfect smile, just like the one she made when she first came to my desk and told me her name. Well, you are my hero, Sinclair. She then reached into the pocket of my school shirt and takes out a coin. It's one of those two she handed me the other day. From now on, you will doubt everything, be anxious of everything, and live in an ever-constant terror as your memories of me haunt you. Ugh. And when the time comes, I will call for you. Hey, someone, take this kid to safety. Lay a finger on him, and I'll make you regret it. Amidst the piercing noise, storms of heavy footsteps, and disorientation, I lost consciousness. So, she kept him safe? But I thought she hates everyone related to prosthetic. That is why she wants all of my sinners gone, because they have a connection to us. She would forgive that? That's weird. Seriously weird. I can't do anything about this. I'm gonna get a clean hit on him. But hey, at the very least, it doesn't seem like the fight is that bad, right? The fight doesn't seem to be that bad. Right, Basalt? Yeah, you have a field day over here. Ah no, Sinclair, you got a hit. How dare you? Right? How dare you? No, but seriously, I think they're all the same again. Yeah. But they're about to die as well. But we do have 2 waves. Let's just go for damage. Except of this one. I don't want to waste my sanity for those guys. There we go. Not so bad. Okay, so if I got this right, because of the basement thingy and the basement monster, she gave Sinclair coins. But after that event, she took away one of the coin. Are those coins something considered like lifelines? Is that the reason why she took care of him and got him out safely without anyone putting any more harm on him? She even mentioned that if any of them laid a finger on him, she would make them pay. But what was that whole calling part? I'm pretty sure she never called for him, but then again, she did call him after noticing that he was around. Ha. Need to see more of that story. Need to see a lot more of that story. There are some gaps that I don't understand. At least Guido was around there back then as well. I wonder who decides who's the one who grips. Right? Who got to decide who grips? When I came to my senses, I found myself in an alleyway at midday, heated by the sun. I stayed there on the ground, dazed and confused. I could see a haze rising from the surface. Damien! You found him! Sinclair, a crack has been made in your world. I felt like I was starting to understand what the strange feeling I often got from Damien was. I always found it weird how I never heard his footsteps. Why does everything arrive in desolate silence, as if it belongs to no world at all? The loss of my family, the world of evil, all this despair. And you too. Are you scared, Sinclair? Oh! Oh, that line! That line! So it was Damien who said. I thought Kromer might have been the one that said that. He spoke to me. He had the eyes of a person who saw through everything, and the attitude of someone who predicted the series of events. He didn't even wait for me to reply, like he knew what I was going to say. One day, you will break it all together and soar. And I wish to see you completely bare. He responded as if he already knew the answer I was hesitating on, although his words seemed to radiate warmth. I felt a certain chill, like biting into the cold inside of a flesh-cold turkey. I couldn't help but fall unconscious again. Okay, I have no idea what he was on about. That gave me even more questions than answers. But okay, at the very least he wasn't all alone after the events of Christmas. Oof. It's this guy again. Why are you always trying to be mean? Here, have some paralysis. You love paralysis. I'm going to hit you twice with that, because I can. And there we go. Gone again. Gone again. Oh god, that picture. That smile. She always had that creepy smile. Every single time, from the first meeting until this time, right? Even when we saw her leave that burning building, which should totally harm her as well, she was smiling at us. The entire time! And this time around there wasn't even a conversation. At least the snake guys are back. Technically speaking, we haven't really fought against them before, so I could technically include them. Yeah, let's include them. It's an easy victory for him. Everyone's just going to focus on that guy first. Let's make sure that Heathcliff gets that one. And everything else has been redirected. The sanity thing is still bothering me though. I mean, it's nice that we get a damage boost for our pride skills and all, but at the same time, if I don't go for clashes, I'm just losing my sanity. I don't even have a bonus from that. A direct bonus. It just paints. It just converts them, right? Okay, that guy's getting ready for poison. Which is not so good, but that's fine. I already saw that the recovery was coming along. Where's my talismans? I have none. Great. Let's let those two handle that guy. He has a tick buff from the looks of it, but it's fine. I can beat down the arm. This guy can be ignored. I'm going to add another attack over here. Doesn't really seem like it makes a difference who takes care of it. Okay. Alright. Ryosha is a bit better with a strength boost. Just saying. Ryoshu probably has an easier time with that guy. Okay, the other body was destroyed. He's guarding, but it's fine. We're about to do a lot of damage. Burst the Tremor. I think I also got him into stagger range as well. I was pretty sure that he was blocking though. Okay, that's a waste. It's just gonna hurt us. 30 damage is good. That's enough to kill. Let's go for this one. Those two are going to destroy the arm. That should take care of him. And seeing how he literally only goes for defense skills, I think that's gonna be fine and I don't need to worry about it. Hopefully. Come on, Sinclair. There we go. A good hit. Stagger for the arm. A little bit of rupture for the other guy. You're still alive. How though? How? I thought that would have been enough. Okay. Well, if that's the case, desperate times ask for desperate measures. Right? Yeah, that's certainly going to be enough to kill. Okay, that means I'm going to hit him with this. Or should I? Well, I do need my talismans. We can attack him. And him. And I guess the normal attack didn't really hurt to have. Okay, that should certainly be enough to finish him off, right? I mean, he does have a lot of HP, 200 something. But that should certainly do a lot of damage on him, hopefully. Okay, the other arm has been destroyed. Come on. Body has been destroyed. Down to 99 and he's still alive. Okay, he's a lot tankier than I thought he would be. Ooh, but that's good. Oh, that's really good. I'm on 2. That should be enough to finish him off. Slash fragility. A little bit of pierce. A little bit of bash. And that should do the trick. I think we should be able to safely get the stagger before anything else, right? Yeah, we should safely be able to stagger him before anything else. Sure, Fast already has some poison on her, but it's still fine. Okay. Down to 170. Another good hit. And he's dead. Okay. Not so bad, right? Not so bad. Now I can also reach the next recovery point. Oh god! That's a gigantic cross. The Hill of Corpses. You know what? I think we're going to save that one for the next part, huh? I know this is evil. I know it is. But come on. I'm going to cut here and there since I'm not going to show all of those middle fights. But I'm not entirely sure how long this fight is going to be. Look at the formation of this room. And let's not forget about the after credits. After all, once we get the Golden Barrow, there are always after credits as well and stuff. That would get way overboard with our time. So I would say this is a perfect moment for a little cut. In the next part, we're going to have a little meeting with Kromer. I hope you're looking forward to that.